going on, guys? Jesse and Humble Crew Auto Spa, and today we're going to answer the question, older vehicles, after a couple years, is it worth getting a paint correction and a ceramic coating on, or should you just let it be? Today we're going to show you how much of a transformation you can get by getting a paint correction and a ceramic coating on an older vehicle, specifically this 2023 Tesla Model Y. Paint correction is where we take a polisher like this with a polishing pad and polishing compound, and we polish out things out of your paint. So that means swirl marks, water spots, scratches, even some minor oxidation. Those are things that we fix by doing a paint correction. So this step right here has us go through and polish the vehicle out. You have to be kind of careful and you have to know which combo to use. So today on this Tesla, we're going to be doing a nice easy peasy one-step paint correction, which is very, very mild, which has us use a medium foam pad with a medium cutting compound to give you a nice cut, but also a nice gloss in one step, as the name suggests. So in doing so, it removes a lot of these defects out of the paint, restores deep gloss and clarity, and it looks fantastic. So we're going to do this prior to ceramic coating it so that we can seal it in and give this car more life as it serves. So check out this kind of driver's side on the hood, right? You can see that over time it's become pretty scratched up. You've got a lot of these swirl marks that I have in some spots, like over here, you're going to have some water spots that are etched into the paint. See all this kind of stuff? So that's stuff that doesn't come out with a wash and a clay bar. That's where paint correction comes in. So on the left side, we've already done a one-step paint correction. You can see that a lot of those defects have come out, and it really looks fantastic. Not only do you get far better clarity, but even stepping away from the paint, you can see that the gloss is just a deeper, richer red too. All right, y'all want to see how much of a difference it actually makes? Let me remove this tape real quick, and you guys are gonna see. Dang, check that out, man. Now that is a before and after. Now that the paint correction is done, this paint is ready to get sealed in, and the product of choice today is NXTZEN Elite. So this is our flagship 3-year ceramic coating that works really well. With NXTZEN Elite, what I love about this particular ceramic coating is the way it bonds to paint. So a lot of coatings on the market, the way they work is they build a hard shell of protection over the vehicle, but the issue is that that hard shell becomes really brittle, which means that over time, you get these little micro fractures in the finish itself, which allow for dirt and grime to stick. And so the end result is that you get a coating that looks like it doesn't work anymore. But with NXTZEN Elite, what I really love about it is that it's very flexible in its nature, which that flexibility allows it to expand and contrast with the heat, which means that the coating does not lose its hydrophobic and self-cleaning properties, keep this Tesla cleaner longer. What's really fantastic is that one application is good for 3 years minimum, but I've seen NXTZEN Elite push easily past 5 years durability with proper care. So with NXTZEN Elite, what are the major benefits, right, aside from its durability? The main purpose of a ceramic coating is its chemical resistance. So that specifically means hard water spots, bird poop, bug guts, tree sap, and dirt and grime. Those things have a harder time sticking to the car's paint, which means that the coating repels those, keeps it stain free, and the cherry on top is that it looks amazing. All right, so we got NXTZEN right here in a little syringe. So you're gonna apply a little bit. The pad is already kind of saturated, so you can see there's a lot of product already in there, so you don't have to use a lot. You wanna make sure that this pad gets nice and saturated like that. We're gonna go ahead and apply onto the hood. So when we're applying NXTZEN Elite, you wanna make sure that you spread it out like this. So I kind of like do the perimeter like that. And then I'll do like one line down the middle. Now NXTZEN Elite is actually a very thick ceramic coating, so the consistency is kind of like corn syrup, right? So very, very thick. You have to like comb it in there evenly left and right. So I'm gonna go ahead and once I do the up and down, I'm gonna do left and right, just like this. In doing so, it allows for even coverage of the ceramic coating, so it bonds cleanly to that paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Maybe just one more up and down like this, just for good measure. Make sure that it's really in there. Now that NXTZEN Elite has been installed on the paint, you can actually kind of see the haziness in the paint. When we're removing it, we have to kind of time it, right? Sometimes, depending on the humidity and temperature, you want to let the coating sit on there a little longer. or if it's really humid, really hot, you want to buff it off right away. With NXTZEN, it's more of a feel thing, so you kind of go and buff it off like this. And so we have to use multiple towels to take it off. And you can see like this towel, it's actually like kind of spreading it. It looks really greasy, right? So the first towel that we use to remove the coating is kind of just designed to get the bulk of it, but it's not designed to get all of it, right? So as we kind of do this, you can see that the coating is starting to grease up like this. There's like spots everywhere. And I have to make sure that just like on the application where it's even, when we buff it off, we got to try to buff it off even too. So that's towel 1, but you can see that it's still kind of greasy. Towel 2, so check this out. Towel 1 versus towel 2. Y'all see this? So towel 1 is a short ply kind of microfiber. Towel 2 is actually a lot fluffier. It's a thicker gram per square inch towel. So this fluffier towel is going to pick up any kind of stragglers that are in the paint. So I'm going to go ahead and use towel 2. The things that I'm looking for are like little grease spots. So what I'm looking for are these like little leftover, you see this kind of oil slick here? That's what it looks like. So I have to make sure and get these with the second towel. So as we kind of wipe up the remaining residue, I just got to make sure that all of the coating gets removed evenly. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm literally what's called combing the ceramic coating. And once it's done, it should be crystal clear. Now that the ceramic coating has been applied, you can actually see the end result. This red has a nice deep vibrance in it. The coating, while it's fresh, we can't get it wet, we can't wash it for a week, but once it cures, that layer of chemical protection and gloss is there to stay. And there you guys have it. That is a one-step paint correction in our NXTZEN ceramic coating. So this package, we sell a lot of for a lot of these used vehicles, right? This is the perfect package because it fits in a fair budget. This job right here was just under $1,500, but look at the restoration and the gloss that we were able to give this Tesla, right? When it came in, that paint was looking a little dull, a little faded, but now it actually has a beautiful vibrance again. I mean, look at this rich red finish, right? It just, looks super good. So that's why I always say these type of vehicles, these type of jobs, they net the biggest before and after. Just look at some of this B-roll and tell me that doesn't look amazing, right? NXTZEN Elite, it's for chemical protection. And so this vehicle, it's gonna make it really easy for the owner to maintain it, really easy for him to keep it clean, and this beautiful vibrance is gonna stay that way. So if you've got a used vehicle, a couple years old, and you wanna restore that vibrance, restore some gloss, and give it some real protection against the elements in daily driving, then this is the exact package that I recommend for you. Package like this generally will take about 1 to 2 business days, depending on what we're working on, but this Tesla is gonna be done in 1 day. So, is it worth the money? Totally. Look at that result. It's Jesse at Home Auto Spa, signing out.